Hello students. So in this video, let's talk about the algorithm. What are the basics of algorithm? Before starting about the algorithm, I would like to revise you that algorithm program is nothing but the presentation of algorithm. So it is required that your algorithm must be correct. So now what is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but the finite state of instructions that if followed accomplishes the particular task. So to complete any task or to solve any problem, we do a programming, and for the programming we need a finite set of instructions that can be converted to the programmable instructions, and that is what nothing but the algorithm is. In addition, algorithm must satisfy the following criteria or properties. In our daily life also, whatever we do in real life, that can be also converted into the algorithm. For example, preparation of tea. So preparation of tea is nothing but one particular task. How it can be converted to algorithm? So the algorithm, as I said, is nothing but the finite set of instructions. So instructions may be first, the first instruction is take a saucepan. Second, take sugar, water, milk, and tea powder. Third, pour water in your saucepan, then add a milk, then add sugar and tea powder. Fourth step can be boil your tea. Fifth is pour into a cup. So these are nothing but what the instructions of the preparation of tea, and this is nothing can be a algorithm for the preparation of T, the particular task. So the algorithm now, these instructions must follow some criteria. Let's see what are these criteria. So the first criteria is about the input. The input must be zero or more quantities are externally supplied. So the input must be zero or more than that zero. So as we say, the input for our tea preparation is nothing but milk, sugar, tea powder, and water. The second one is nothing but the output. At least one quantity is produced. So the output of our task was nothing but the a cup of tea. So at least one quantity is produced. Third, definiteness. Each instruction is clear and unambiguous. So what is the clear instruction? We have said that take tea powder, take sugar, take milk, and take water. So these are nothing but what the definite instruction. If I have said that take this, but what is this belongs to? So this is nothing but the ambiguous instruction. So your each instruction must be a clear. The fourth is nothing but the finiteness. If we have traced our instructions of algorithm, then for all cases the algorithm terminates after finite number of steps. So this is very important condition for the algorithm, is that all instructions must be a finite, that after a particular number of instructions you must get your output. It should not be a case that infinitely you are doing the same thing or infinitely you are doing the another things, still you are not get the output. It is mandatory that after a finite number of steps you must get an output. Likewise, if we are simulate it our example of a preparation of tea, after a 4 or 5 steps, we have got a cup of tea. We have not we didn't go for the number of steps for the preparation of tea. So this is what the finiteness. And the last one is nothing but the effectiveness. Every instruction must be very basic so that it can be carried out by a person using only pencil and paper. It is not enough that each operation be definite as a criteria 3. It also must be a physical. Yes, so effectiveness is nothing but whatever you are writing down, that instruction can be traceable by your pencil and paper. So it is if before starting a programming, before starting it on a computer, you can trace a simple example on your algorithm on using pencil and paper. So this is nothing but what the effectiveness of algorithm. And as we have discussed in the criteria 3, that is definiteness, that each instruction must be a clear, it must be a feasible also. Now what is feasible? Let's take again discuss about the same example, that is about the preparation of tea. That it should be a feasible, like Many times it is recommended that use that tea powder, use this sugar and all these things, but it also be taken into the consideration that if it is a possible for me to get it from a shop, if shop does not have, if it is not available online, then how I can prepare. So the instructions which are following, we are following at our home must be a feasible. This is what nothing but the algorithm and the criteria, and or we can say the properties of algorithm. Now the algorithm is composed of the finite set of steps, each of which may require one or more operation. Now each instruction is nothing but the combination of one or more operation. The possibility of computer carrying out this operation necessitates that certain constraint be placed on type of operations an algorithm can include. So it is not mandatory that your always your instruction will follow a same type of operation. It may be a number of types of operations, or it may be a combination of operations. So you have to have the constraints such that it can be placed on any type of operation. The third is nothing but the program is expression of algorithm in a programming language. As I always say that the program is nothing but the representation of your algorithm. So after the each instruction in the algorithm is nothing but what the that can be converted into the programmable understandable language. The language may be anything, c, c++, java, python, anything, but this representation of that problem is nothing but the representation of the algorithm, that is instructions. Sometimes words such as a procedure, function, or subroutine are used to synonymously for a program. Now till now we have discussed about only a single instructions, uh, but it may be have a procedures, function, or subroutine. Now the function, let's say example of your uh, what say addition of two numbers. So the two numbers always may be a different, so rather than having each step for the accepting this, we can directly have a function to add this two numbers. So these two inputs will be now will go through as a parameter in the function, and that function can be called as a instruction. So this also can be considered during the algorithm. Now uh, these are what the formal definition of algorithm: any well defined computational procedures that takes some value or set of values as input and produces some value set of values as a output. It is mandatory that your input can be 0 or more than 0, but your output must be a 1. Now output may be anything. Again, if we take the example of preparation of tea, the tea may be good in a test or bad in a test, but we have got a output that a cup of tea. So anything can be your output of algorithm, but it must be there as an output. Algorithm is thus a sequence of computational steps that transform the input into the output, and this is nothing but the main function of algorithm, to have a sequence of computational steps that transform the input into a output. Now let's discuss about the areas where the study of algorithm, where we can study algorithm. Now there are five areas. The first is nothing but the two device and algorithm. Now to devise an algorithm is nothing but the writing down your algorithm where human intelligence is required. And I think you have covered these steps till now, that you have devised an algorithm. You must have learned in the second year that how algorithm can be written down, to express the algorithm. Now algorithm can be expressed using flowchart, pseudocode, program, anything. And I guess you have learned this in from your first year only, how to express the algorithm. The third step is nothing but the validate the algorithm, that is proving correctness of algorithm, analyzing the algorithm, and the testing the program. Now from the validation of algorithm, you are going to study about the algorithm. What is the validation of algorithm is nothing but the proving the correctness of algorithm. As we discussed in the previous video that how we have proven the correctness of the algorithm. Now the analysis of algorithm. Analysis of algorithm is nothing but if you have more than one solution for a one problem, then how to analyze that this particular solution is better suitable for this problem, and this is dependent on your time and the storage requirement of algorithm, and this is what we called as the analysis of algorithm. And the last step is nothing but the testing of algorithm, that is nothing but the debugging and the profiling. You must have aware about these two terms, debugging and the profiling. Algorithm is thus a sequence of computational steps that transform input into a output. Now, so this is all about the algorithm. It is very easy to understand. So in the next lecture, we will see how the evolution of algorithm has been can be studied. Thank you.